taking a little long to set these up. We have your colleagues making inquiries and we have to listen out to them. But now we have time with you. Please feel free to raise your concerns, feel free to raise your issues. We are here to answer them and to address them in the best way that we can. We have set this time to do a live demo so that you know where to begin. I want to believe the group we have here are those who transferred from other institutions to Kisii, and some of us are among the self-sponsored group. So feel comfortable. We will take you through step by step, and we want to assure you that we are available to support you until you're successful with the process. Please do not get agitated, do not get discouraged when the process feels a little tough. Just keep trying. Once you get to understand the steps we are taking you through, you will realize it is a smooth process. And whenever you encounter any challenge and you raise it, we queue it and address it in the order in which the issues were raised. So please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any challenges that you would want us to address. So quickly, I want to just share my screen so that you're able to see where you will begin this process from and how best you will address. And so on my screen, you're able to see a browser. I've already typed in the URL for Self-Care, which is a platform that we built to enable you to do your registration online. So anytime that you are logged in, just type in selfcare.kisiiuniversity.ac.ke. This is the page that will be displayed. So just click on update profile and input your index number. Please mute if you're logged in. Give us a few minutes, we will give you a chance to talk back to us. So enter your index number as I have input there, stroke the year of study, or just as it appears on your admission letter, because we will pick it exactly the way it appears on your admission letter. Then click on validate. Once you do that, it pops up a different screen and you're able to see your university email address. This is the address to which all our communications will be sent to, including all the notifications of your process in this admission exercise. Once you do this, update your phone number. And if you find another number already captured, you can as well proceed to just change it to what you utilize. So once you do this, click on update so that you continue with the process. You will get a notification that you have successfully updated your profile and it's been sent to you, and a verification has been sent to this mail. So just copy that university email address and click on login so that you begin the process again. Then I will type in my index number. I type it in. Your default password is your index number, then make an attempt to log in. When you're doing this for the first time, you will get a notification that you need to verify your email address. So before you proceed, we need to go to Gmail and log into your university mail. So you'll go to Gmail platform and enter your email address in full. I just want to pick my mail again. I hope we are following if we have our phones. So you enter your email address in full, just as it appeared on the platform, then click on next. And remember, as I said earlier, your default password is your index number. So input your index number in full, then you click on the next button. You will realize this is the first time that this particular student, like most of you, will be logging in. This will be your first time to interact with your account. Then you click on accept. So you're accepting the Google terms before you can proceed to use your mail. And here you have an opportunity to update your recovery phone number. You can update your personal email, but in this case, we want to click on confirm so that we proceed. So there we are. It is loading our inbox, and you just scroll through your inbox, see whether there is anything on verification of email. But as we can see, we can't find it in our inbox. Let us check whether possibly it may have gone to our junk mail. So click on more on the left side of your screen, scroll down, go to the spam folder. Again, check in the spam folder whether you have the verification email. Clearly, we do not have it. So what you do, go back to self-care, then you click on request another so that it sends you another verification mail. And again, it tells you a fresh link has been sent to your email. Let's go back to our mail and refresh our inbox. So we go back to our inbox, then you refresh, and there you go. We have our verification email, verification link. So click on this verify email address tab, and automatically your account is activated and you're redirected to that particular account. As you can see, we have now the profile of the student loaded. So for you to begin the admission process, we'll just click on begin admission, and then you can be able to follow the steps that are in the document in the video that we will be sharing shortly. So this is the screen that will pop on your machine or phone, whatever you're using to register. Kindly just fill in each of these fields. Enter your name, select your gender, select your religion, proceed to select also your location, which country you are from, and I believe most of us are from Kenya. Select the county. There are a number of counties. All the 47 counties are enlisted. You can select which county you come from. Let me use Kisii because that's where I am. Select a constituency, any of this. Select a sub-county. For example, you can use Bucha South. Select a ward. Now, when you get to this point and you realize that your ward is not listed, kindly do not get discouraged. Just click here to minimize the section. Proceed to fill up all the other areas. Then when you're done, make sure you save. Go back to your mail, send an email to ictsupport@kisiiuniversity.ac.ke. We'll be able to update your ward against the sub-county, constituencies, and counties. So please let that not discourage you from the process. So once you're done with this, select all these others, you're able to type in your location and all this, then save. For each of these 8 sections that you will be filling in your details, when you complete a section, ensure that you click on save so that in the event you lose power or maybe your bundles run out, at least you'll be able to pick up from where you had reached. So this is the next section, program details. Select what level you've been admitted to. If it's bachelor's, select the course that you've been admitted to, maybe Bachelor of Agriculture and Economics. It picks your school and department, then select your student type. For those who are sent for CUSPs, by CUSPs, you'll select CUSP sponsored. If you are a self-sponsored student, just select on self-sponsored. And again, I emphasize when you're done, click on save. Then move to the next section. Academic details. This will be giving us your academic history from primary school way up to where you have reached. If it's postgraduate, way from primary, secondary, undergraduate, up to the level you reach. So you click on add qualification, enter all these details that are required, and at the end of this particular section, you'll be required to upload a file. And what you're uploading is a document that is an evidence of the institution you are in. So if this was primary, we expect you to attach a copy of your KCPE certificate. If this was secondary, we expect you to attach a copy of your KCSE certificate. For postgraduate, if it is your undergraduate, just attach your undergraduate certificate. So I think that is clear. And again, when you're done, just click on add qualification. You'll be able to proceed to the next section. So all the other sections are just more or less straightforward. I just want to move to the attachments. This is where, for those who've successfully gone through the process, most of the questions you've been receiving are from this area. So click on add attachment. And all these are compulsory. These are mandatory attachments. There is none that you're supposed to leave out. So just make an effort. Click, for example, on fees payment receipt, add a description. You can say you paid via CoopBank, for example, as your description, then proceed to choose. Now, there are scenarios where someone may have paid several installments. Maybe you paid 10,000, then later 15, add up the total amount. What you do, scan all your banking slips as one file. Then you can be able to attach once because you only have provision to attach one file. So scan all of those banking slips as one document, then attach them here. Click on add attachment, then proceed to the other attachment. There are quite a number. And for those of us who already received our admission letters, you must have received another package that had registration forms. So all these, most of these are found within the registration documents. Then we have a section for signature, and you're required to scribble your signature, whatever it is, assuming that is how I normally sign. And once you are comfortable with it, you save. If you realize what you've signed does not represent a sample of your signature, just click on clear, then begin afresh. So I can be able to do that maybe if that is my signature, and then I save. So I want to believe that is clear. Then finally, you need to also just give us a little more details on your payment. And here you're required to put your receipt number. What this represents is the transaction number that is captured on the bank paying slip. Once you're done with the transaction, whatever receipt you're given back has a transaction number. Make sure you capture it there, then enter the amount paid. If you're paying 10,000, just enter it as 10,000. Don't put a comma here, like some of us are trying, and don't put a full stop at the end. Others are trying to put the slash and then equal sign. Don't do all this. Just type in 10,000 and leave it at that. This field has already been defined as a currency, so the system will convert whichever form it requires it to be. Then click on the date that you paid. In the event you paid several installments, as I mentioned earlier, just pick one of them, enter the transaction number, the amount paid, and the date. Once we realize the amount captured here is not the full amount required, we will refer on the fees receipt attachment. Then we'll be able to get the full details of how much you had paid. And once you're comfortable that all this you have filled is complete and there's nothing you would want to change, now you can proceed and click on the, submit application for approval. There are scenarios where someone clicks on submit approval, then they remember there's something they wanted to change. So immediately just go back to your screen up here, click on dashboard, again, select begin admission. Once you click this, you'll be able to update whatever was wrong or even drop and upload a different file. If you have successfully done this and you're curious to know how far has your application gone, click on view. It will display to you all the stages of approval and you'll be able to tell at what level is it when you're checking. So if you see admission desk processed, medical desk pending, just remain comfortable. Be patient, all the other stages will be approved and you'll get your feedback. If you see your application was rejected, kindly read through the comments. You'll be able to understand why it was rejected. Then you can redo whatever is required of you. So friends, that is generally the procedure for online admission. And in case you get stuck, please do not hesitate to reach out. We are sharing another more detailed video that is on YouTube so that you're able to follow step by step. And also this recording we will share and you can follow. But still, if you have any other difficulties, kindly write to the emails that we shall provide and we will give you whatever help that you require. Thank you for listening. I think we can now take one or two questions from you. and then we can proceed.
Hello.
I need. Hello.
Hello.
No.
Yes, Peter, just a minute. There are those whose profiles had been created on Tuesday, and you were trying to update your profile, you were trying to begin admission, and you couldn't see the button for begin admission. That has been sorted out. Please try again. But if it's still giving you an error that it's invalid, kindly just write an email to either ICT support or PR or admissions. There are a number of emails we had provided. Kindly raise and we'll be able to assist you. So do not give up in this process. It is not complex. We will continue to support you until you succeed. Yes, Peter, you had a question?
Hello.
Or yes.
Hello. I have a question. I'm trying to log in, but I'm being told that my credentials are not in the system. What should I do? I haven't even started them.
Now, for those who are trying to log and it tells you your credentials do not match, just click on the reset button, go back to your email, log in, and you'll be able to see the reset button. Just like we did verification, you can also see the reset password button. Click on that and try to change to something that you can remember. If it tells you to enter a previous password, just enter anything that you can think of before you can proceed. It doesn't necessarily validate. So, yeah, we can. I hope that is clear. We can take the next question.
Basically, my email is being said that it's not in the system. Well, why is that?
Yeah, I'm seeing a number of questions. Please mute. There's someone saying, kindly tell us the specific email to use during registration. The email you use is the university email address. It may be indicated on your admission letter, but if it is missing and you have raised an inquiry to ICT support, we will create and share with you the same. Someone else is saying, I'm trying to update my profile, but it keeps saying the selected PF is invalid. That means your profile hasn't been created on self-care. Again, let's raise an issue on ICT support. We will create your profile and you can be able to proceed. Someone else is saying, I just received my admission yesterday and I've not gone for medical checkup or even paid the fee. Can I just proceed? Please do not proceed. Ensure you first pay your fee and go for medical checkup, because those are mandatory requirements for the admission process to carry on. So just kindly do that. We will consider the application. Yes. Someone was talking.
When is the registration deadline?
The registration deadline was set to be tomorrow. However, we have room. Continue giving it your best. If you're still stuck by tomorrow, you will not be locked out. We will make a provision for the same. So kindly do not get discouraged, but do your best to beat the deadline. However, if you don't beat it and clearly there are sufficient reasons, you will be allowed to proceed with the registration. I would want to usher in my colleague and friend Edgar.
Okay, that was Marianne, the ICT manager. We appreciate her for what she's given us. Before I look at the other questions that are coming on right now, I would just like to clarify a few things. Most of us who are in this call today, not most of us, I think almost 95% of us are either SSP students. If not SSP, you transferred from one university or another. That means by default, your admission letter does not have your university email, which has been the most fundamental problem that you've had. Because without that admission, that university email, you cannot do anything. Now, the ICT manager has just given us a process on how to get registered using that admission university email. Now, I want to tell you two ways in which you can check and verify your university admission email is 100%. Number one, the first process is what she just said. In the self-care portal, for those ones whose records have already been uploaded into self-care, if you put your index number in that self-care, and it is index number stroke the year you did your examinations, and you validate, it will show you the university email that you're supposed to be using. Please, you put it down somewhere and follow the other process that is there that is going to assist you get there. And for those of us who don't know our university email, or if you go to validate the process in self-care, it gives you an error. Like she said, it means your self-care portal has not been set up yet. And therefore, at that particular point, please immediately send an email. Send an email to ictsupport@kisiiuniversity.ac.ke. We have encouraged them and asked them to prioritize emails that are coming for those students who are not able to get into the portal because of the lack of email, and therefore they will take advantage and use your opportunity to give you the email as quickly as possible. So if you send an email to ICT support regarding the question of getting a university email, you will be assisted as quickly as possible. Secondly, those are the two ways you can be able to get your university email. And once you get your university email, the other process is the same. Remember what the YouTube video that I've just posted is watch that video from the beginning to the end. It explains a step-by-step process. Like I said earlier, if you have two devices, play the video on one device, then do what it says on the other device. If you follow it like that, you'll be able to walk through that registration process to the end. And I don't think you will have a problem. Someone is asking for me to send the ICT email here, and I'm gonna do that. Like I've already told you, if you have a problem specifically with your email, because I know you guys are not able to continue with your registration because you do not know your email yet, please send that to ICT support and we will prioritize you getting that email so that you can kick off the process. And like the ICT manager has said, please try and beat the deadline for tomorrow. But if you don't, for you guys, we know we have had some challenges with you and we can be able to see how best to assist you even over the weekend as we continue with the other processes, so that you can also continue to get to the other side of the registration and join your colleagues. Because come what may, all of you are supposed to start studies together. You're supposed to do orientation together. You're supposed to start studies together. So that means we have to make sure that all of you are at par by end of this process. And that is why we are holding this separate session with you, so that we can make sure that all your answers, all your questions have been able to be responded to. Let me just scan through this chat box one more time quickly before I give an opportunity for someone to ask a question. If there isn't, we will wind up this session and then you will have this recording into your groups very, very quickly so that you can follow this up as you continue the process. My admission letter has wrong index number. Okay. That is Ezra who is saying, Ezra, please, there's exactly the same way you've sent this message here. Please send this same way like this, and make sure you start by explaining that you are, I don't know if you're SSP or you're a transfer student, explain that and that you don't have your details yet ready, and then send this to ICT support. We will have someone be able to take a look at that and assist you. Your problem is noted, Ezra. When I send my problem to ICT support, it takes a while to reply. Yes, there was a lot of backlog in the last few days. Remember, we were serving so many of you, but we've been, like I've told you, we've been able to prioritize issues that are coming through this. Can you guys mute yourself so that I can finish fast before you can get an opportunity to speak? Okay, thank you. So we've been able to upgrade that a bit and ask them to prioritize your issues a bit, so that if you send a concern there right now, it will be responded to as quickly as you can and you'll get your answer. If I may ask, will we be doing virtual learning or physical attendance? Yes, you will be doing virtual learning. Otherwise, you will be here right now being admitted, but you will be doing virtual learning just like the way you're doing virtual admission right now. Is it okay? I think most of the questions have been responded to. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. If you have a burning question that you've not put down, ask so that we can respond to that question before we close down the session. Is the offices open? Are the offices open? Can I pay a visit? Yes, we are right now. We are in the office, so the offices are open, and you can definitely pay us a visit. But you have to maintain the social distancing and COVID-19 rules when you come. So we will be able to assist you one way or another, but you have to be careful, and we have to be careful as well. But we will assist you. Some of you have been coming in. Some of you have been coming in and assisting us and asking questions from here and there, and we've been able to assist them one way or another. So you can come, and we can definitely engage with you. So, two questions. Do we have any question up to now? I believe it is clear. Remember, I cited where the most of the problem was, especially with you people. The problem was you guys did not have your university emails, and therefore not having the university emails made you not be able to log into self-care. And we've just given a clear indication on how to get your university email. Please validate your profile on self-care. It will show you your university email. And if you validate your profile in self-care and it shows you your university email, that it doesn't show you your university email, it shows you an error message, it means your profile in self-care is not set up. And if that is the case, please immediately send an email asking for your profile in self-care to be set up to ICT support at kisii.university.ac.ke. Once you send that email, it will be set up, and the gentleman or the lady who will set up that profile will communicate back to you immediately and tell you that it has been set up and you can go ahead with your registration. And once you get that university email, the registration process is exactly the same like any other student. That means you can use the YouTube video that we've just posted. Even the guidance that the ICT manager has just given you in this forum, you can use exactly that to be able to assist you move forward. So the bone of contention with the SSPs and the bone of contention with transferred students were you guys did not know your university email. And those are the two ways you can get your university email. Validation through profile, through self-care profile, or if you don't validate and it gives you an error, send an email immediately to ICT support and they will create the profile for you, send you your email, and then put you in self-care and you can be able to continue their process. That has been the challenging issue. But once that has been sorted, which for most of you it has been sorted, you will be able to move forward without a problem. Any question? I see Edwin has risen his hand up in Zoom, so I'm going to unmute him and ask Edwin to continue speaking. Edwin, you can go ahead and speak.
Is it mandatory to clear first semester fees?
Yes, that is mandatory. You have to complete your first semester's fee before you submit your admission, because if you submit your admission and you've not completed that fee, you will not be allowed to. It's one of the preconditions of admission. Yes, that is mandatory, Edwin. Any other person who wants to speak, you can raise your hand up.
Hello.
ITEL A16 plus. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been given that email for the school, but every time I try to use it, they tell me that it's invalid, that my credentials are not there. Why is that?
When it says your credentials are not there or your credentials do not match, there's a difference.
They are not in, they are not in the record.
They are not in the system.
Yeah.
When was the last time you tried this?
I tried just an hour ago.
About an hour ago.
Yeah, and I've been coming and they have been telling me the same thing.
What same thing? Please say that.
I came on Tuesday and they gave me the email and the password.
Mm-hmm.
But when I try to use it even until now, I'm still being told that the credentials do not appear in the system.
Can you say your index number right now?
3974.
3974. Just slowly. You will say I repeat to confirm as you continue. So say it first.
39,
39,
74,
74,
10,
10,
12,
12,
248.
248.
Yes,
Stroke. Is it 2019 or 2018? Which year did you do your exams?
2019.
2019. Okay.
Yeah.
We will. What's your registration number?
PS
PS
19
19
00
00
105
105
20.
20. And finally, give me your phone number, please.
07
07
02
02
48
48
91
91
91.
91. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We will get back to you on that. It should be fine by the time we finish with it. So just relax and we will be able to communicate with you your phone. Any other question, burning question that we've not addressed yet? Please ask only what we've not addressed yet. Yes. Let me look at this. Please raise your hand if you have, raise your hand if you have a question. Raise your hand if you have a question so that I can unmute you. You can raise your hand in Zoom, not physically. I cannot see all of you. Bob, do you have a question? Bob or Chonga? Chonga. Just nod your head if you have a question. Okay, I'm going to unmute you. Okay. Please unmute yourself, Bob. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. If I am in the vicinity of Kisii University, like around that area, can I just do the whole thing manually and go with all my documents in the university?
Everything has to be done online. You cannot come and do the registration physically. You have to do it online.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Technos Park 3, I see you physically raising your hand. Go ahead and to find you on the participants list so that I can ask you to unmute. Okay, go ahead, Techno Park 3. Mute yourself and continue. You're not unmuted, Techno Park 3 yet.
Okay. Yesterday I visited the university.
Yes, please.
And I was told that I have not been entered into the database of the university. So when I'm trying to log in,
yes,
it's a challenge.
Are you an SSP student or a transferred
self-sponsored student?
Self-sponsored student.
SSP.
SSP.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you do this? Please.
Yeah.
Say your registration number.
70.
Registration 23. Number, not index.
Registration number. EDP.
Yes. EDP.
12. 12/000.
Wait, EDP 12. EDP 12 slash.
Slash 000 3 zeros.
000.
27.
27.
/20.
/20.
Yes.
Okay. We'll take a look at it. I am sure we can find your contact details from that. We will respond to you once it is okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other, we need to wrap this up. Any other final concern that we've not addressed? Because what we are talking about, we've already addressed that. Okay. And you can send an email to ICT support if you are having a similar challenge. Those will be test cases that we'll use. Let me give an opportunity to one last person and a lady, if possible, because it's been all gentlemen who are asking questions. So if there's a lady who has a question, I'll give you this chance to ask and then we close the meeting. You can raise your hand on Zoom, or you can turn on your video and actually raise your hand, and I will look at you and see if you're raising your hand. Do we even have a lady in, actually? I might be saying so, and we don't have any lady in the house. Ruth, you have a question? Ruth is very, very much okay. Okay, since we don't have any lady with a question, final question from any gentleman, and then we close up. Huawei Y6 Prime, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I was asking, I was not there when somebody maybe had asked about the fee, so I was asking how much is required so that we can start the session, because maybe you don't have the whole amount, so how much can you pay so that you can be allowed to register?
Okay, thank you, Huawei Y6 Prime. I don't know your name yet, but I'm sure I will come to know you. What I said earlier when that question was asked is you are required to complete your first semester's fees before you complete your admission and start the process. So for the second semester, you can wait and pay that in January, but you calculate the first semester, which is indicated in your document, your fee structure document, and then you can be able to continue once you pay that, because that receipt is required for you for uploading in self-care once you are completed your other registration processes. Ladies and gentlemen, allow us to complete this here. Angeline, you're raising your hand. And this is Angeline, and it's a gentleman. Okay, let me give you a chance to finish. Yes, Makoha Angeline. Unmute yourself and go ahead. Angeline Makoha, go ahead.
I was asking, as in that university email.
Yes.
Can it be used just directly, or there is a way it can be prepared, like going to the Gmail and prepare it so that you can use it in the self-care?
Okay. Thank you, Angeline. Yes, there is no special way to prepare the university email. It is an email like any other. We've done a lot of everything by preparing that email for you. All you have to do is log in. So you go to Gmail, put your email address as the ICT manager showed, put your index number, stroke 2019 or 2018 or 2017, depending on your year of registration, then click login. Simple as that. There's nothing you're going to do to that email that we have already not done. We've already created it for you. It is ready, it is active. All you're doing is waiting to log in. So that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for showing up this afternoon. I know you are a group of students who have had quite some challenges trying to navigate around this. I hope this session assists you be able to become better. Just remember the two things we started with, because that is the nexus of your challenges, that you did not have your university email, but now you do have you do know how to get your university email. So you do that. You can communicate with the other friends of yours in the group. We will post this recording there as well for them to take a look, but you can share with them as well about what we discussed earlier in brief, and then you can go ahead and start the process. And if you encounter any challenge, please send your email to ictsupport@kisii.ac.ke, and someone will create that profile for you, because I know for you, most of the challenges that you're encountering are for a self-care updating profile. That's it. After that, you just follow the YouTube video that I posted in the WhatsApp group earlier this morning, and you'll be able to go through the process. So ladies and gentlemen, appreciations to the ICT manager for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for joining us and creating time to be with us. Please go ahead and start the process of registration. Do whatever you can. If you encounter challenges, send us an SMS, drop us an email. We will do our best to try and assist you through the process. But the one underlying constant I can give you this afternoon is we will make sure you guys, together with your friends who are placed directly in the university, all begin orientation together, and all of you begin classes together. We will not start classes before you guys have completed the process. That means we are going, even if it is to focus on you solely and singularly, to make sure you guys get into the process, get into the system, and get into class. We will do that. Everything and we're using everything that we have at our disposal. So be patient, let's work together, and let's get you on board like your friends who are in CUSPs, who have been placed directly to the university. And we will appreciate your patience, your resilience, and your support as you continue this process. Already you've been amazing because you've gone through so much in so little. You've gotten so much information, you've gotten so much technologies around you, and you are doing so well trying to navigate those technologies, and you are getting there. So keep that spirit, and we will work together so well in the next 4 years. Thank you so much, and may you guys have an amazing afternoon.